Hiya, it's me, Genghis. I can hear you in there. Hey, keep being rude to the police. I might come for you next time. Your neighbor's having problems.
This ain't no joke. Follow me.
Isia's birthday. Back when we tell each other, see you tomorrow, when parting ways.
Get a load of this.
Misha, can you talk some sense into these cops? I'm not the criminal here, those punks are.
How can anyone live in such a dump?
Over there, in the corner. Through the window, of course. Boy squeezed through and let the girl in. You're defending them? Are you in on this too? How'd you know them?
Do you know these kids? What's their relation to the apartment owner?
They're what? The hell are you talking about? Their dad? Me?
You see, the thing is, he called in a burglary this morning. I thought, burglars in this big village, that's a first. So we arrived, led us to the bathroom, and we found the kids huddling inside. Look, I'm no doctor. He looks sober to me. The kids are going into care for now. Anyway, we're holding you up. You want to lift to the station? No? Why? Your station. The train station. My partner's gonna drive you. I've got a lot of paperwork to do about these kids. Take him away.
Goddamn lawless cops. I'll make you answer for this yet. You're supposed to get these punks out of my apartment, not me.
Can I stay at your place for a while, Uncle Misha? Katya grabbed me and locked us in the bathroom. Dad banged on the door. No! We played with him before bedtime yesterday, and today this happened.
Misha, you came by. He boozed away the last of his brains, dragged me out of bed while I was still sleeping, tore out some hair, the old scumbag. After so many years, it's not like he even needs to drink to be drunk anymore. Help how? If it weren't for Petya, I'd have gotten out a long time ago, like Mom did. No one deserves to put up with him.
Still home? Not even on your way to work? Spare me. I want you at the station in 5 minutes, not a second later.
Jump in.
I'll walk free yet. Don't you think you can just snatch me?
We just did.
I'll write to the president. You will be where I am now.
Come again? I didn't hear you very well.
Thank you. I'd have been so late if I'd walked.
Dear passengers, entry permit checks are in operation at this station.
Eating
Please
your
have your
porridge,
entry permit
been
and
to
a
the little
ticket ready
boys'
for
room,
inspection
get
at
to
checkpoint
work.
office 1.
Tell me about it later. Go let the passengers through.
Hi, Misha. Here's my permit. Found a better job opening. Nah, same old. Pastry, baking. You see, it's a bigger city, a bigger place. Put me in your log or I'll miss the interview. Thanks, Misha. Have a good one.
Good morning, Misha, dear. Alma says hi. He'll be in town tonight. Don't ask. I don't even know. He's got some kind of job somewhere and can stay afloat for now, or so I hope. That's what you get with artistic types. His apartment was a pigsty before I cleaned it. Creative chaos, he calls it. My permit is right there. Oh, yes it is. How did I miss that? Right, I was off to the city and it expired then. Misha, dear, let an old friend through, will you? We know each other. You were with Almaz and Tioma all the time as a kid. I'll renew it at once. Not what I expected from you, Misha. You, of all people.
Working here long? Misha, do you really not recognize me? Here's a clue. Toma, you, and... It's Aunt Galia's 60th birthday tomorrow. How could I miss it? We're all going to her party tomorrow. Have you gotten her a present yet? I'm also here on a work trip to the Research Institute. So, this is both personal and business. How about lunchtime? Say near our oak tree at 1?
Are you alright, Misha?
Dear passengers,
You look
the
troubled.
423 service to Kazan
Took 'em
will now
long enough.
depart from platform 1. Please stand clear of the platform edge.
So what was all the trouble you had? So it's gotten that bad? Make sure you're back by 7.
Finished your shift? Misha, you're like a son to me. If it were anyone else, I'd understand. But now, I don't know what to think. That cop, Vitaly, barely knows me, and he let me in. Do me a favor, will you? If you do, I'll absolve your sins. I've been trying to hitch a ride. Nothing. Will you help me carry this bag? They should at least run a bus line here. I've stocked up on a few things they don't sell here. Well, who knows when I'll next make it to Kazan. Don't wait for me. I'm a slow walker, and you're young. Just leave the bags by the elevator. Hopefully, Vitya won't steal anything. Good Lord! And I've only been away 2 days. Not that I'm surprised, of course. And the kids? Katya and Petya? I should call him for details. Right. I shouldn't keep you tied up. You run along now.
Dear passengers, entry permit checks are in operation at this station. Please have your entry permit and a ticket ready for inspection at checkpoint office 1.
Asya is here, by the oak tree at 1.
I wonder how many more times I'll be retelling the Vitya incident today. Those kids are in a tough spot now. They could use some support. I hope I'm not late to the meetup with Asya.
I'll leave the bag by your elevator. Aunt Gaia said I could.
You got everything? It's easy to forget a thing or two in this commotion.
5 minutes to pack like they're under arrest. Don't worry, if you forget anything, you can fetch it later.
You know where to find me.
Even with the bag, you've passed me. Ah, the young.
So you're his neighbor, you watched this go on for years, and did nothing. We would have stepped in. The thing is, nobody asked. Not until the court order, and there's a 6-month wait after that. They will have to spend some time at the orphanage.
Well, this is it. We're all done here. Miners are supposed to have guardians. You up for it? I'm not. You're gonna be a good Samaritan, yeah? Everyone thinks Samara's a city of bleeding hearts.
Right on time, as always. You haven't changed one bit. Blockhead. Would you like to visit our Garden of Eden? Wasn't childhood a paradise?
Childhood. Paradise. Is that some kind of quotation? It's supposed to be an insult, but Aisha makes it sound tender.
Do you feel it? Like I never left. Everything's coming back in full force. All our childhood mischief. It used to seem so important. Then come stand next to me. Do you trust me? Let's just stand together and say nothing.
Our tree. Our secret headquarters. I've grown so used to it, I don't even notice it anymore. We weren't at all worried about falling. Even though we were so small, we thought you'd be able to touch the sky by reaching up. Or has the oak grown like we have? The wind got into the canopy, rocking the branches, rocking us. The oak creaked like old floorboards. We imagined ourselves flying in a helicopter. Almazi kept saying, "Helichopter," and we kept correcting him. Sometimes I'd go alone and secretly admire Aisha while she read in the dusty silence of her father's study. Like a true pirate, I had a pair of binoculars for the task. Actually, they weren't binoculars, but opera glasses.
Well? You sure you can climb a tree after all this time, old man? The rope swing is gone. Remember how we used to climb it up to the branch and then climb down the trunk? Or the other way around? That was fun. Tell me, why haven't you left town? Do you like working at the station? I'd want that too. How about we go to the pond? It used to seem as big as the sea. Up in the oak, we were aviators. Here, explorers. So there's nowhere to run. As a kid, I thought I'd grow up and move away. I could have stayed. Remember that time? Here at the pond. The accident. Guess.
I was launching paper ships from the pond bank. Tioma and Asya were fooling around in the boat. They rocked it too hard, and the boat keeled over. I dashed into the muddy water and swam headlong towards them. Tioma had barely surfaced when I reached them. Asya was still nowhere to be seen. I took a deep breath. I dove in. And when Asya opened her eyes and witnessed the bank, the last of my ships had become drenched and sunk.
My fear of water wasn't unfounded. I used to imagine sea monsters dwelling where sunlight never reached. Squid, serpents. You may laugh, but I don't understand how you weren't scared. Are you? You never told me. Yeah, I'm afraid of spiders too. We have so much in common. I'm going to split my sides laughing, and then you'll go to jail for murder. Well, it's your turn to seek out our old haunts.
We're about 5 years old. The pump is filling balloons of different colours with helium. We're standing there, open-mouthed, gawking, wonder if the next one will burst. And the taut balloons squeak when you run your finger over them. It makes Asya laugh. The cloudless sky draws balloons towards it, making them bounce up and down on their leash-like strings when pulled. Finally, we release the balloons. They soar upward, becoming dots. We're convinced they'll fly all the way up to the sun. And when we can't see them anymore, our parents buy us ice cream, and then we move on.
It's been so many years, but it still feels like yesterday, us heading home from school together. Speaking of, what time is it? Oh no! I've gone missing from the institute. It's fine, we still have tonight. Will you walk me to the station? I'm going back to my dad's for the night. When I got into the university, he returned the apartment provided by the institute and moved back to Kazan. He's retired, only has the teaching job now. Back then, he couldn't stay where everything was reminding him of my mum. He waited for me to graduate and then left. Come as soon as you see institute people walking home. That'll mean I'm finished too. It holds so many memories, more than you can remember in a day.
What's with randomly bringing up spiders? We got up to all kinds of mischief in here. There's no way to remember it all. And maybe you will. Let's see. Left in too much of a hurry to properly pack up. What's going to happen to their stuff now? Their apartment? Aunt Galia or Asya? I think the answer's obvious. Aunt Galia or Asya? I think the answer's obvious. Vitya may have been the neighbor from hell, but he was entertaining. Now it's so quiet. It feels unreal. Almaz, one of his early works. Pretty good art for a kid, actually. I've known all my music by heart for a while now. I'm too old to be building model ships. I can't get around to finishing this one. Every winter, we built a snow fort in front of the research institute. We split into 2 armies and traded snowball volleys until dark. By evening, our clothes would be completely drenched and crusted in ice. You could stand them upright on the ground. We'd crawl back home, panting with exhaustion, and our parents would immediately make us warm up in the shower and drink copious amounts of tea. Genghis would boast that his contained a spoonful of vodka. Just a bit more waiting and back to Asya. Today is Friday. The workday is shorter. We got up to all kinds of...
There's no way to remember it all.
It was Genghis who got everyone into fishing. And when the summer came, he was inseparable from his fishing rod, and his skin gradually took on this sort of bronze-hued tan. We called him Red Chief, but he didn't mind. Aisha came along too, but she didn't fish. She was deadly afraid of the earthworms. Almaz would run after her with a couple of them between his fingers and an outstretched hand, shouting, "And now for a death-defying stunt." Pond stakers glid to and fro atop the water, and rainbow-winged dragonflies hovered above. The quiet splashes, the rustle of the leaves, lulled. Sometimes, one of us would fall asleep on the soft, sunlit grass. What we caught, we fed to the cats. This place had nothing worth fishing for. The position of the sun tells me it's time to return to Asya.
Sorry. I'm such a slow poke. Have you been waiting here long? Will we catch the train? It's wrong to keep people waiting, though. Let's race each other to the gate. Afraid of losing? There was a time only Genghis could beat you. You've really gone out of shape at that station. You were the one who wanted childhood to last forever. Here's another spot, by the way.
Our first dance. We were about 14. Aisha was in the middle of the dance floor in a whirl of coloured specks of light. And then Zinaida, the maths teacher and our class tutor, she announced a slow dance. I was leaning on the wall, looking for words to say to Aisha. But Chioma beat me to it as usual. So I invited another classmate. She too was shuffling on her feet nervously beside me. I walked her home afterwards. And while we parted ways, she pressed her lips briefly against mine. We both became embarrassed and then hurried home.
You and Masha. I knew. You think too much. And what is it you think? That's 4 words. Isn't anyone else still here? I've heard Almaz is in Kazan. Genghis? A cop? That absolute punk? I've lost track of everyone. Even Artem. Only saw him a few times throughout university.
Asya never dated Chioma. Even small confessions are so difficult.
The old clock! Do you still struggle telling 7 p.m. from 1700? That time you waited for 2 hours in a snowstorm, though. Oh, please. You were wearing a light jacket. Your forehead was scalding hot later. Not even today.
I should have said what a torture it was standing in that snowstorm. What's the point in keeping quiet about it after so many years? As a kid, I enjoyed getting sick, but not too sick. Sitting at home, wrapped in a blanket, drinking tea, while the outdoors were cold and snowy. One last stroll before Asya left for Moscow. She wanted apples for the trip. I almost confessed my feelings to her. I had a speech on a copybook sheet in my pocket ready to say it, but Chioma kept hanging around. Asya chose yellow apples, the sweet but expensive ones. The sour green ones were cheaper, and I suggested those instead. Asya said I was cheap, which was true. I counted her money when it could have been my treat, which was what Chioma did, actually. I was nervous enough as it was, so in the end, I lost my temper. I simply walked away. No, I ran away. Asya left that evening. I never said goodbye to her, or that I was sorry, or heard her say that she was.
What's with the silence? You have a lady to entertain. I'm sorry, too. I was quite a character myself. First, I was mad at you and waiting for an apology. Then I was in over my head studying. I'll definitely call Misha tomorrow. I told myself every day until my own silence became embarrassing. No, he visited me. I got a job right after my freshman year. What's there to tell? I wanted a fun life. As a professor of mine used to say, a student's best years are his student's years. Asking Dad would have been awkward, so there. Let's not dwell too much on the sad subject of whether I'm a good engineer. I've stayed in a room on the outskirts since I dropped out. I'll give you my number. Which will only result in my roommate disconnecting the phone.
She wanted to call me.
The Green Cat. We often dropped by here after classes, left all our pocket money behind. Well, no, most of it. Some of it the movie theatre would eat. I still don't get it about the Green Cat, what happens after it crosses your path, and I'm too embarrassed to actually ask at the cafe. Like, who's ever seen a green cat? Freshly fried donuts in powdered sugar, coffee with condensed milk, chocolate syrup, ice cream. The place had it all. Asia loved ice cream so much she'd even eat it in winter. Once the cafe was closed, so we bought ice cream bars from a street stand, and Asia, she couldn't even wait until we got home. And there she is, eating it on a cold winter day, a dazzling fresh fall of snow around us and her ringing laughter, the gleam in her eyes. It just made the day that much sunnier.
Actually, I'm into waffle cones now. Whole new me. Oh, you devil you. What do you even need my soul for? Sorry, I'm fresh of a cold. Oh, that's what I've been missing. What's fall without rain? I love fall. Psst. Psst. I want to hear the raindrops falling on my door. So cozy. I could ride a pony. I could walk like this forever. Why is the walk to the station so short? Just like school. Join your hands, please. We are coming.
Dear passengers, entry permit checks are in operation at this station. Please have your entry permit and a ticket ready for inspection at checkpoint office 1.
Aren't you going to work? Oh, oui. You need it more. They're promising clear skies in Kazan. Well, I'll phone Dad from the station to come and pick me up in his car. I'll be fine. Let's go then. Thanks for today. See you inside.
passengers.
Finding each other took them a quarter of a century. They had been separated at a young age following their parents' death in a car crash. Both were placed in an orphanage at first, but one of the brothers disliked it so much that he ran away. The other one refused to leave. Curiously,
Here are our permits. So, Vitya's drinking problem has gotten worse? Of course we do. From people on your block. They say they heard a lot of profanity this morning. So they looked out the window and there was Vitya, being led away.
Is Vitya home?
Masha's worried too. He's in her class.
Say hi for me.
We'll go see him ourselves. Won't we, Masha?
Do you have my number? In Kazan for now. What of it? Suppose you need me to buy something in Kazan tomorrow. What will you do? Go there yourself? I could bring it. Do call. Time. See you tomorrow.
Well, hello there, Misha. Picked up a chick, I see. Make sure you don't screw up on me. None of that dawdling you did in school. I know you. Come on, Misha. I just want what's best for you. On your own, you'll be an old man before you get anywhere with her. Do what I do. Who's talking about that? I've been going steady with someone, you know. I'm actually on my way to propose to her. Want to see the ring? I could help. Think it over. Really think it over.
here I am, back already. Hired. I start Monday.
Log up the station for me, will you? Hey, just kidding. Go home. That stung.
Do I have anything to give Asya? She'll leave. I'll stay. So what's the point? Whew, what a day. I should talk to someone or I will not sleep. But who though?
Checkpoint Office 1. Dear passengers, the 423 service to Kazan will now depart from platform 1.
Misha, wow, it's you. There was a chance I'd have to come tomorrow. My mother, huh? So I guess you've got all the dirt on me. What about you? Discovered any new islands in our little pond? What's got you so sulky? Then be happy, you chump. Or is this about Artyom? He's not even here yet, and you're already looking all dejected.
Before boarding your train,
Come on,
please
tell me
have
more
your
about it in the
exit
car.
permit and
No
a
reason to
ticket ready
stand
for
in the rain.
inspection at Checkpoint Office 1.
As you wish. I'm not going to stand here getting wet, or try to convince you. See you around.
So now I'll lie down, and all these thoughts will flood into my head. It's maybe a small town, but it's big enough for a good, exhausting walk. The kind that makes you conk out after. I shouldn't mention Asya to Almaz. He might pass it on to Choma. Give me a lever long enough, and I'll fall asleep on it.
Get ready for inspection at Checkpoint Office 1.
Halt! Let's see some ID. Kidding. Scared you, didn't I? Why so rude, Misha? My job's like that on most days. Good. Sleep, sleep, sleep. We'll fight tomorrow's battles tomorrow.
So there was this one time during a subotnik, and Aunt Galia's late husband, he planted a sickly willow sapling into the ground. It would outlive him by 2 years. As the saying goes, a man must raise a son, build a house, and plant a tree. That's 2 out of 3, but no house. I had my own experience as a gardener. I picked up an acorn under our oak tree and planted it in a pot. A while later, a sprout appeared, but it didn't survive in my care. Not that I provided much.
Finding each other took them a quarter of a century. They had been separated at a young age following their parents' death in a car crash. Both were placed in an orphanage at first, but one of the brothers disliked it so much that he ran away. The other one refused to leave. Curiously, despite being twins, they have different birthdays. That's because when the second one was born, the incident of the first was already past midnight. That might explain the difference in their personalities and their ability to bond.
Yes, I get to see Asya again today. I've never been so eager to go to work before.
Dear passengers, before boarding your train, please have your exit permit and a ticket ready for inspection at Checkpoint Office 1.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. So Mom wasn't joking. She let it slip over the phone once that you got a job here. Aren't you a little too smart for a place like this? I would gladly, but there's all the conferences and archives and my thesis. The role of industrial espionage in World War II. Finish up quicker here. I'll show you how to gather data out in the field. We'll find our childhood photos. Many people still have those lying around. I'll wait for you outside.
It's me again. Ah, Misha. Today's Saturday. You don't? Why? At least you don't work 9-hour shifts. You're free between trains. This won't be yesterday all over again, will it? Don't be so harsh. He may be a smartass, but that just makes him funnier.
Dear passengers, before boarding your train, please have your exit permit and a ticket ready for inspection at Checkpoint Office 1.
I'm so glad we're all together.
Dear passengers, the 423 service to Kazan will now depart.
Having a
from
flashback
platform
of those
1.
reserve
Please
drills at
stand clear
school.
of the platform edge.
Almost 25 and still fooling around.
I think it's cute. A soul doesn't age. Such a blockhead.
Call me a blockhead too, will you, Asya? It sounds so special when you say it. I'd let you call me that non-stop. It's a gift from Mom. We're making an album. Of course it'll work. You see, this is why you're stuck working at the station. Stop worrying and just do something.
Misha has a point. It's been many years.
Dear passengers,
Photos
entry
get
permit
lost or
checks are in
torn
operation
or
at this
dirty.
station.
Why are you
Please
two
have
so
your exit
negative?
permit
It'll be
and a ticket
fine.
ready for
You'll see.
inspection at Checkpoint
Besides,
Office 1.
Aunt Galia isn't in them.
It's the thought that counts. Mom put her heart into raising us. Our childhood is as important to her as it is to us. Of course, the album will make her happy. Let's head off now. We'll start with Uncle Koля.
permit checks are in operation at this station.
Doors closing. Next stop is factory.
A good old puddle. With us for all of our childhood years. With us still, actually.
We even named it, remember? Nikolaevskaya, in honor of Uncle Kolya.
Yeah, and we'd mark it on every map. No map was complete without the puddle.
Then we'd get in trouble for vandalism.
Misha even launched his little boats here. Always up to something.
Meltwater drained here in the spring and rainwater in the summer and fall. The puddle never dried up. It just froze down to its bottom in winter.
It'd also get moldy really fast, and then it'd spawn a bunch of tadpoles.
And we wondered if there'd be a dinosaur, too.
All the same, no one was too squeamish to enter it barefoot. Not even Asya with her fear of worms and water.
You argued forever over who got to carry me across. So, I only had myself to depend on.
I knew you'd be here.
Look who it is. What brings you here?
Aren't you gonna ask us how we're doing?
Can't wait to show off being a Moscow boy now? Well, go ahead.
Why so aggressive, Collier? They're not those kids anymore. And even back then, they used to crawl all over your car, shining it with their clothes, so what's the big deal?
Shining? Scratching more like. So, out with it. Are you here to beg me to lend you the car?
Remember you took a picture of us once? We were cleaning up your garage. Where is that picture now?
You mean you were fooling around and now you'd like to get rid of the evidence? Dig around in the garage. It should be in one of those crates.
What does Uncle Kolya need a bike for? It's not like he'll ever ride it.
I'm empty-handed.
I've got nothing.
Almost every crate is empty, but there's some kind of junk with a clock. Nothing between the pages, no matter how hard you shake. An old phone, that's all it is. What are those riches underneath the table? A toolbox. Nothing remotely similar to a photo in here.
Find anything?
Perhaps you took the picture home.
What do you think I am? Some kind of hoarder? I left that junk where it was taken. Start really looking. Go through everything again.
Well, if the photo is junk to you, maybe you threw it away ages ago.
Look, clever guy. If I say it's in the garage, it's in the garage. The keys are inside.
Just like that?
Back then, you were a bunch of little kids. You would have crashed it. Now, you're all grown up. At least you look like it anyway.
Let's go to my place then, shall we? Football's on in a few minutes.
So you understand I've got no time for you. Busy out of my mind.
His generosity is suspicious.
Genghis had something too. Is he still here?
I can't believe we're in Uncle Collier's car.
Your neighbor's apples are always sweeter. Don't be a killjoy.
Perhaps Misha will be less grumpy if we let him drive.
Later. Let's grab Genghis first. If we stop and swap seats all the time, we'll never get anything done. Hey, watch it. I'll leave you on the side of the road. You think that I won't? I totally will.
Enough. Let's call it a tie. There's the photo. It was in the glove box.
How we used to beg Uncle Collier for a ride.
Yeah, he only let us honk the horn. I guess that was generous enough by his standards. I could see how Tom Sawyer got those kids to paint the fence for him. Even getting to wash the car was pure bliss.
To you, maybe. Our Tom would rather bury himself in old Soviet magazines. Talk about a born historian.
I wonder where they are now. A hoarder like Uncle Collier doesn't just throw things away, does he?
You were so dumb. So happy to do chores for him.
And he was never satisfied either. He took that picture so he could rub it in our faces about how lazy we were.
I can understand Toma and Almas, but Misha? Drudging away like that? There's photographic evidence.
But it was totally worth it. That Babieda was the pinnacle of technology to us. It was basically a starship.
I used to dream of buying one just like that when I grew up, and I'd dream of traveling all of Russia in it. Other countries weren't something you even thought of back
Lake Baikal was supposed to be your first destination. We heard no end of Baikal trivia from you. You were a walking encyclopedia.
No way. No word from you in years, and then there you are, both at once.
Are you coming to Mom's party tonight?
Seriously, are you doubting me now? Just a sec. Got one in my wallet. There. Will that do?
You've been carrying it around in your wallet? Adorable.
I'll take it back if you make fun of me. Is that all you need?
Is he in trouble?
They didn't even let us in. In fact, we didn't even want to hand Vitya over, but they were all over him right away.
That sounds really odd.
So now we've discussed everything, right? Whoa, not so fast. I need you to do something too. See those two louts over there? They need to go to the orphanage. I've really got no time for that. They ran away and went on a rampage. Smashed a window, pinched a bunch of things at the market.
And you're letting them go just like that?
Well, they're first offenders. Sure won't let it slide next time. By the way, Zinaida might have something for your album too.
It was great being friends with Genghis. You know, he could give anyone a good thrashing. No vagrant would ever come near us.
He was a vagrant himself. Being a boxer helped.
Genghis was definitely a gifted athlete. He played several sports and excelled at all of them.
All but one. Chess. You couldn't get him to sit still for 5 minutes.
So you're still jealous. It took a lot to talk you into posing for that photo with the rest of us. Oh, well, each to his own. Genghis would have hardly made a good scientist.
I was angry because of what Almaz said. That he'd get to space before I'd take up sports.
But you did go for morning runs with Genghis. Of course, you only lasted a week.
Each one of those runs left me feeling like I was gonna die. I was nauseous, dizzy, seeing spots. By the way, it wasn't just running. I did chin-ups too. Although Genghis did say I just looked like a sausage hanging from the bar.
Then they sent him to a regional competition. He'd have been the world champion of something at this point, if not for that fight.
He was defending a girl, 1 against 3, and he was the only one who got arrested. Even the competition committee couldn't do anything.
He even gave up exercise out of frustration. Vagrant or not, Genghis was honorable.
Out with it then. Why won't you just stay put? You've got food, a roof over your head.
Try living in here and you'll see. Dreary as hell. And then there's her, the xenomorph. You seem like an alright chick, though.
Hey, if you mean alright to act up, I'm not what I seem.
Yeah, Zinaida doesn't exactly make life easy for you. Why won't Uncle Kolya leave her? Not a lot has changed here. As a historian, I find this boring.
Yep. The girl has a hell of a temper. We tried to gang up on her and it didn't work. Boy's a wimp, though.
What's in it for us? No way, that's not fair.
A class reunion by the looks of it. Such a pleasure to see.
Good thing Genghis is so chill. Another officer would have gone on a power trip. Or maybe I have it wrong. Maybe he's aiding and abetting the kind of kid he used to be.
Well, you can't have a reunion without the class tutor, right? That's why we're here to see you.
So what are you up to now? Tell me everything.
That would take a long time. Basically, I enrolled, I graduated, and now I'm an engineer with the job.
So all the times I drilled you on calculus paid off.
If only that was all you drilled me on.
What about you, Artemius?
Enrolled, graduated, now a historian with a job.
I could sense this coming. Something didn't add up here. Of course, it's her birthday. I'll go and have a look. I can see that. My criminal duo. Where did you find them? Well, they'll tell me themselves, if they choose to. I suppose I'll go get the photo then. I'm leaving you in charge. I hope not too many children run off when I'm gone. I suppose there's enough of you to handle a dozen kids.
Is this it? Just standing around and watching? Not what I imagined.
That just gave me an idea. Let's maybe tell the kids a scary story.
Here we go again.
Tired, Misha? Thought you'd join us.
Quit standing there and help out, dude.
Hugs for everyone, kids.
You watch
Kids
out now,
these
you
days.
rascals. I'm a master detective, aren't I?
Totally not fair.
Game over.
They're on to us. Too fast for you.
I win.
Come on, that was a good I'm faster.
Game over.
We've been spotted. Skedaddle.
I'm a master detective, aren't I?
Spread out. I could use an invisibility cloak.
I win.
How
Game
did you
over.
find me? No fair.
I win.
Now you hide.
I'm a master detective, aren't I?
Look out. We've been spotted.
I win.
Totally not fair.
Game
Get out
over.
of here. They're on to us. Look out.
There's lots of them, and just one of me. There's lots of them, and just one of me.
I'm a master detective, aren't I?
Now you hide. Catch me if you can.
I win.
I could use an invisibility
There's
Game
lots of
cloak.
them,
over.
and just one of me.
We've been spotted.
Let's play tag.
Could I get some help here? That or an extra eye on the back of my head?
Kids these days.
Could I get some help? Freeze!
Who do we have here?
How did you find me?
Don't you try to run.
Freeze!
Where
Hugs for
are
everyone,
you? I'm about to be
kids.
torn apart by a bunch of rugrats. Don't you try to
There's
run.
lots of them, and just one of me.
Freeze!
Hugs for everyone, kids.
Fine, at least this is exercise. You've given me quite a run.
Ready or not, here I come.
Come on, that was a good hiding
Let's play
spot.
tag.
Fine, at least this is exercise.
We could use some help before they scatter all over the place.
Playtime's over.
No fair.
You watch out now, you rascals.
Who's the fastest? Us is the fastest.
Kids these days.
Here. It's all I could find.
That's a lot. We can go to Mom with what we already have.
You've been very helpful.
You're speaking out of turn now, Mikhail. I'll give it a thought.
We were done with school by this point. Our finals were over, entrance exams are coming up, and we got a moment to pause and rest. Summer, summer, summer is taking my cares away.
I'm still furious every time I remember that grade in history. B- instead of an A+. It cost me my school medal. And I really could have used that medal when I was getting into university.
You were too smart for your own good. You invited those extra questions on yourself because you wanted to impress the examiners with how much you knew.
Take comfort in knowing I made a fool of myself too when I fell into the fountain.
Well, the edge was slippery and you were drunk. We couldn't carry our liquor back then anyway, especially not Applejack. And that fiasco didn't affect your future in any way.
In any way? For all I know, I could have been married to Asia for years by now. I did it all for her, remember?
And Genghis would have been the one married to me if he had walked on his hands along the fountain edge.
Of course he would have, but Misha got jealous and pushed him into the water on purpose.
Nah, he wouldn't have. Genghis liked Varia, your prom date.
Step on it, man. You're driving like a girl. I shouldn't have let you behind the wheel.
Approaching orbital velocity.
Did you hear that? I don't like that sound. Did it come from under the hood? Oh, stop the car! We're gonna crash!
Well, now it's clear what Uncle Polya's motivation was. He fixed a thing or two, and now we're his test drivers. He'll pin the breakdown on us, too.
What if we crashed?
Impossible. It wasn't the brakes that gave out.
I'm going to miss the train, and then there's Angalia's party. Can you do this without me later?
Not so fast. Look, it's Almaz.
What's with Uncle Kolya's car? Why are you inside it? A display of incredible generosity.
Have you got it?
The photo? Yes, here you are. Where are you headed anyway? It's all right, I had to help Mum in the kitchen anyway. Keep your jealousy to yourself and help me choose the flowers. No, I haven't. Does it matter? Giving the same flowers year after year, it isn't a good look.
Mesmerizing. You sure have a way with words.
The summer after middle school. We just finished our exams and Aunt Galia, she took us outside the fence for a picnic.
Right. And the place was swarming with mosquitoes. The campfire was our only protection. I smelled like smoke for 2 days after that.
And Almaz teased you. Interesting choice of perfume.
All you can remember are the mosquitoes? What about all the mushrooms, milk caps, red caps, penny buns? Things of beauty.
And someone we all know mistook a death cap for a champignon.
So, Choma barely made it out alive too. He chopped at his own leg with an axe. A good thing he was wearing high boots or it would have been much worse than a scratch.
Boys, boys. What's with always needing to prove something to someone? Genghis volunteered to chop firewood, and Toma had never even held an axe before.
Exactly. I used to think when people in books turned pale as a sheet, it was an exaggeration. I also used to think people would scream a lot in those situations, but Choma, he just stood there, frozen.
And you couldn't light the campfire. Asya pestered you with advice, taught you to arrange the firewood in a little tent structure.
Well, what did you expect? Women have always been keepers of the fire. We'd know how to build one. Aunt Galia and I were in charge of the food, too.
We would have starved without you, of course. Not like we were roasting sausages on a stick.
Now for the final touch, Asya's birthday. Go ahead, Misha. Produce the photograph.
You took it home as a memento.
Go forth and fetch it, O brother of mine. Make haste. Don't keep us all waiting.
I think he meant you.
I hope the gift was a good call.
You can really smell autumn, the fallen leaves.
Walking is good for you too. Your feet are how you discover the world.
Strike up our marching song. Come on. Is nobody gonna sing?
Gift ideas are a form of art, and I never mastered it.
Should I make a bouquet of leaves to pair with Almaz's flowers?
In this tiny town, one might as well take a stroll. No time for that out in the world.
What is autumn? Ba 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 bow bow.
One gift between the three of us? That's just disgraceful.
I wonder if it's still the season for mushrooms. Aunt Galia used to make amazing mushroom soup.
As the saying goes, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one single step.
I'll keep bugging you till we're a proper a cappella group.
I've been on the lookout here this whole time. Almost ready to head to Aunt Galia's. Thought you were already there. He let you drive it? Lived out your childhood dream? And you messed it up that bad immediately? I wouldn't want to be you right now. You didn't. That's quite something. I hope he doesn't lose his mind.
Just to remind you, the photo, bro.
Are you going to wait for Misha? As you wish, I'll go set the flowers in water.
Don't be stingy, Misha. Donate that photo. Remember whose birthday it's from. What do you need a photo of me for, blockhead? The real me is right here.
You're on a mission, bro. Failure isn't an option. Do it for the country.
This was a birthday present too, by the way. For me. Almaz never has to overthink presents.
I knew you were a good person.
Tioma definitely came up with the best greeting that year. Happy birthday, old woman!
Well, it was memorable, which is more than I can say for your muttering. What was it? May is the best month of the year. Stay born in it?
We could have held a contest. Your birthday greetings versus what Alma's wrote on Misha's poster.
He overdid it. I only asked him to help with the artwork.
Your style shows through, though. The sea and the ship.
Traitor! Traitor! There's no other word for it. This instead of helping out his brother with a gift idea.
I really liked your notebook, too. I turned it into a diary later on.
And Genghis's gift was dead on arrival.
Silly me. Putting a cake on a chair.
Almaz could have watched where he was sitting down, so much for his flashy outfit.
At least Genghis's flowers survived. No one else has given me poppies, before or since.
The four of us won't fit. I'll take the stairs. Bit of exercise too. I've put on a few pounds.
Looks like Genghis is as athletic as ever.
Isn't that a good thing?
Never said it wasn't. Just noting.
It's a tie.
So many of you kids, even Asya's here. Oh, what a surprise!
Oh, please. Back in the day, half the town would be here.
There's not much to celebrate anymore. I'm growing older, year after year. To the table! To the table! Let me at least pour you some tea. To the table! I baked a cake. Misha, help me fetch the dishes from the kitchen. Grab the tray and take it to the table. Misha, please serve the tea. You're sitting closest to the samovar.
Less talking, more pouring.
Pour me one with everything. Truly chivalrous of you.
Just add some cold water.
Same as Tioma.
You're a big boy now, and you're still imitating your older brother.
I'm not. That's actually how I like it.
With me it's simple. Just give me some dry tea leaves and I'll smoke them. What's with a blank stare? I'm kidding. Sugar and lemon's fine.
Nothing special for me. Hot, no sugar, no lemon. Don't you remember?
Just what the doctor ordered.
Bellissimo.
Me, I like it hot.
This is amazing.
Mom, I know you have a whole archive of our childhood photos. Here's some more for your collection.
My goodness! Where'd you find all these treasures?
It's our trade secret.
And you're not sharing it? Because of course you aren't.
The tea is so delicious. Just like when we were kids, home after a snowball fight.
I don't remember that. When?
Misha's known for his imagination, and so is Genghis. That story about his parents pouring vodka into his tea to warm him up?
Hey, that really happened. Are you also gonna say Misha and me never smoked behind the school?
Wow. And here I thought I was talented. You should write books, Misha. Have you ever tried?
Why do you only remember the wild stuff about me? How about when I got you all into fishing?
Never. I'd question that. That fight you two had over a game of football?
Did you take that long to lose your milk teeth? How old were you two then? 15?
Thanks for the birthday wishes. No, I haven't seen Nikolai. He must be in the garage, busy fixing something or another. That really is odd. Where could he be? I'll call you if I find anything out. Kolya's gone. He's not in the garage. Zenaida is worried because he promised to drive her to Kazan. She needs to buy something there.
Why are you surprised? We were a great excuse for him to get out of that trip. Perhaps he won't even yell at us for the car breaking down.
Whichever way this goes, we have to return the car. Perhaps we'll run into Uncle Kolya on the way.
I'm not going, Misha. I won't rest till I know everything's fine. Uncle Kolya may be difficult, but he's not some stranger.
No problem. Here's what I think. It's not likely Uncle Kolya is looking for the car, or he'd show up here. I'll check at the precinct. Maybe they know.
Why not just call?
If he's gotten himself locked up, I'll have to personally step in.
Exactly. I'm going to call Dad and give him a heads up.
I hope Asya didn't get the wrong idea.
Hi, Dad. Don't wait for me tonight. I'm having a sleepover. Everything's fine. We've just been out late. Love you too. See you tomorrow.
Train station. Should he be? You got it. I don't even know why they're keeping both of us here. You could just ID everyone on the way out. Suppose I feel that you are.
If Uncle Kolya found out that Vitalik is covering for me, he'd badger me about it forever.
Well, shall we?